Okay, today I'm going to show you my manual leg bag emptier. It costs about 20 or 30 bucks. It's naturally antibacterial and it's 100% reliable. What it is a 3/8 inch plumbing valve that I have mounted to the back of my foot plate with the handle going forward. I've mounted it to the foot plate by drilling a 5/8 inch hole through the plate itself, and then from underneath I've screwed in a brass fitting, and that will tighten down the emptier. And on the top of the plumbing valve I've screwed in a spigot brass fitting, and that's where your leg bag hose attaches to. At the end of the handle there's a 1/4 inch hole drilled into it, and through that I've put a welding rod and bent it over 190 degrees so the welding rod stays secured. And then I've run it up the leg of the foot plate holder here to just below my knee, and I've stuck another 180 degree bend in it, wide enough that I can get my hand onto it and go like this. So I just lift up, and then I can push down, and that opens and closes it. And that works for me, but maybe not for everybody. But another way you could actuate the valve is go down to your local automotive store and pick up a push-pull cable or a power takeoff cable, I think they're called, and hook the handle up to that somehow. But also, I think with technology today, some techie person out there, I bet they could hook up a servo motor to it, and it would make an electric leg bag emptier. But the important part is the 3/8 inch plumbing valve. It's only worth 10 or 15 bucks in the last 5 or 6 years, and is totally bomb proof. So I'll go back to the table here and we'll show you the parts. So this is the plumbing valve itself. I've straightened out the handle on it, and I've drilled the hole in the very end. And then from the bottom, this is the bottom fitting. It's hollow, and you screw it in to the plumbing valve to attach it to the plate, tighten it down nice and solid. And then on the top, you just screw in this spigot fitting. And the spigot fitting itself, I've ground down the ridges on it, so it's a little bit easier to get your leg bag hose on and off, in theory. And then on the bottom fitting, jam a piece of surgical hosing in there, and then cut it at a 45-degree angle, and that'll make the pee flow a lot better. And that's all it is. Now, in conjunction with the plumbing valve, I don't attach my leg bags to my leg. I attach it to my pant legs. And by the way I do that is I use leg bags with 4 buttonholes on them, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. And to attach it to your pants, go down to your sewing supply store, and you can buy this buttonhole elastic by the roll. So you just cut out one piece individually and sew it in the proper position onto the inside of your pant leg. So in 4 spots, and then you can attach it nicely and it'll stay there. So once your leg bag's attached, it's nice and secured, and you can bounce around all day and it should stay there, and it won't crimp the hose down, so you'll be able to empty it all day. And added benefit, you won't have a couple tourniquets around your calf, cutting your circulation off. So while we're on drainage bags, for a night drainage bag, I use a vinegar jug. And the vinegar jug, I cut a hole in the handle and I jammed a piece of winemaking hose down into it. And I use winemaking hose because it's pretty tough stuff and it doesn't crimp over and pinch. And also to the handle, I have zip tied a little hook on so I can hook it onto the bed. And so half the way up the hose length, I've spliced in a piece of surgical tubing. The surgical tubing is nice and flexible, and you can hook it up to your catheter system easily and don't have to worry about crimping or twisting. So that's about it for urinary drainage. And to end the vid, I think I will just come over here and empty my leg bag. And it goes just like that. Okay, I'm gonna face it.